First off, the exciting news yesterday. You guys are known for to get the year started, exhibition play playing Division I opponents, Arizona, UCLA, and now St. John's coming up this time around. What is this going to do for the HSU program?
We're excited about the opportunity to go to New York to play a basketball game, to take the Lumberjacks across the United States. It's a first in program history, something that we fell into through some relationships with Coach Lavin. I've known Coach Lavin back since the early 80s when I was a Lumberjack here playing, and he was at San Francisco State as a Gator. You know, we were foes then, and then became colleagues over the years when he was at UCLA on the West Coast here, and now he's at St. John's.
So you guys are different in the fact that he has known for his nice hair. Anyway.
Coach Lavin's got a nice hairstyle. He's got a lot of charisma, a lot of style to him, and hopefully my suit has been dry cleaned and ready to go when we hit New York.
There you go. Definitely, you guys, it's going to be all business as usual when you take on a Division I opponent, but at the same time, for the guys, it has to be extra special. Make a trip, cross country, go to New York, and face a Division I team.
It really is. Being able to play at UCLA twice in the last decade, and going to Arizona and playing them twice in Tucson, and be able to take the Jacks now to New York is especially. It's just really a feather in our cap as a basketball program. Not too many Division II teams can say that. And just because of our success, these top teams want to play good competition to get themselves ready, and it certainly is an opportunity for us, not only as a basketball program, getting our players focused and motivated now in the spring, over the summer, and during the fall, and of course of getting in shape for next year. It's a real motivator for us.
Yeah, and I know you can't mention names, but a lot of people think nice weather, Coach Kinder's out on the beach, but coaching staff, I mean, this is where you guys are putting your hard work in recruiting, and I know you have a signing so far, but just how's the recruiting standpoint going so far this offseason?
Well, with this particular game that we've signed here with St. John's, it's certainly going to help the momentum in our recruiting. We're successful so far in contacting, getting some commitments, and we'll continue to work on a recruiting class that we should be proud of, not only next year, but in the future. We're targeting freshman recruiting class this year, and trying to plan for the future and go the Lumberjack basketball style, and that's recruit good players, good students, good people that can last and endure what Humboldt State requires of you. It requires a lot of character, and we're trying to recruit those kind of players.
In recruiting, what does it say now about the HDN having, you have Witzel, former Arcata Tiger, and Pender, and Ferris too, 3 former HDN players on the roster?
Yeah, we're really excited about being able to sign local players, not only just players in the community, but the best players. And those talented players in our county convert into successful play in the CC2A. Jordan Simple, a player we tried to get a few years ago, has converted into a force at Chico State, and a proven force. So you take a look at the players that are the top players in our county, and it translates into successful ball players in the CC2A.
Maybe able to comment what kind of vision, direction of the program in recruiting, the philosophy that you guys have? Is it, you're looking at, bringing in freshmen, bringing in more, JC players? What kind of vision do you have towards bringing in and, filling the roster?
Well, if you go back to year 2000 when we had Fred Hooks, Mark White, Austin Nichols, and then the Ryan Wilbers, the Dustin Katz, and that group, there was 9 freshmen we're very, very proud of. And then again in 2005 we brought in another 7 or 8 freshmen, and we're just trying to continue that mold, that trend of bringing in freshmen. So we're trying to go ground up this particular recruiting class. We'll see what happens. There's no promises that it's going to be a completely top to bottom freshman class, but we are trying to do that at this point.
All right, last question. After the St. John's news, have you talked to any other CC2A coaches? I mean, like, what the heck? Anything like that?
Each one of the teams, as far as the CC2A, get opportunities to play Division I teams, and it certainly is going to raise some eyebrows across the conference on how did we land that game, and being able to go to the Final Four and go to the coaches convention I'm allowed to be in those lobbies and bump elbows with those big-time coaches and continue relationships or start up new relationships at that convention, and it certainly translates into getting some game contracts for some big games.
Good stuff. Well, that's going to be fun for you guys.